No. Let's simmer down for a second. Practically speaking, can you even answer how you're committing your works to the Lord? As a creative, can you even answer that? I'll wait. I'm not going to lie. This is something I'm still figuring out, but this question really works as my moral compass or my Jesus radar. It's like a speed radar, but it's like how fast you going to Jesus. Put your hands up. These past few weeks, I've been making sure to try the strategy of posting at least 3 times a day to see if I can get used to creating out of my daily habits. And of course, to see if this algorithm gonna make something shake. And a girl catch a break. But at the same time, I've been having a hard time trying to find the balance out of content creation and study, especially after quitting my first remote corporate job to pursue medicine. It takes a different level of self-discipline and faith. Now, we know this song perfectly well, and if you don't know, we are here because we're trying to become our best selves, and I'm just giving you a front row seat to someone that's been doing it and still doing it. So here's a front row seat to see how we can balance these different passions and gain some practical perspectives to becoming our best selves with Christ. Which brings us to today's agenda. How do we commit our works to the Lord? Now, if you don't know the verse, here's the verse that brings us here today. The reason why this verse is important, we need to always remember, we must seek Him first. That at the very least should be used as your compass, or as I call it, my Jesus radar. Because when I find myself producing more on this end or on this end, content, school, but yet I haven't been going to church, I'm running low on faith, I haven't been really serving, something is wrong. Jesus' radar is running low. I have not been seeking Him first. Don't get me wrong, as much as I continue to make content to continue to glorify His name, He didn't call me to do this. This is the desire that He's allowing me to continue to see out in this life. But I have to remember what He called me to do. This is a passion that I have to continuously submit to Him so I don't make it an idol in my life. So 2 very important checkpoints. Whatever you're doing creatively, even if it's not the creative space, 1, are you glorifying His name? And 2, are you making sure that you're fully surrendering whatever you do to Him? Because if you're not, you're possibly not allowing yourself to continuously seek Him first throughout all the things you do, but you also find yourself at a greater chance of creating an idol out of that thing. If you don't know if you have been glorifying His name, ask yourself, if people were to show up in whatever space that you're in, will they be able to say, I see Jesus in here? Even I have to work on that at times. Will they be able to see the fruit of the Spirit? Because whatever that has God's name will produce His fruit. So will they be able to see His fruit in that space? And as you're answering that, check your heart posture and just redirect. So that's the first way of how we can see if we are committing our works to the Lord. I'm not telling you have to put a fat logo of Jesus' names on everything you do, but at the same time, there should be a presence of excellence. There should be a presence of faith. There should be some form of receipt that shows that His presence is in what you do. If they put a full collage, it's an image of Him. And it's a work in progress, even for myself. Back to how I said I was feeling out of whack after these past few weeks. When I find myself in this space, I realized I had to see that I wasn't allowing room for God to be God. In everything that you do, you have to give God room to be God. Even in prayer, I've learned. Sometimes I need to hush the lips and let Him speak. Different conversation for another time. But in the content space, trying to create 3, 4, 5, however much times you want based off your schedule. If you find yourself getting to a point where your time with Him is cutting short, the first thing on your mind is creating. You have to stay on a schedule. The algorithm is bothering you. All of a sudden, you can't really embrace the process. You're not giving him room to be God. And what I've just done recently, I had to take a step back and say, you know what, God, I've been creating. I looked at my page the other day. It looked like I lost a couple followers. But I said, you know what, God, you're still God. The talent was given by you. I wake up every day to please you. I'm stepping back because I feel like I haven't been pleasing you. If I continue down this route, I'm going to end up trying to please the masses. So I said, we're going to take a day, which I eventually took another day on top of that day, to give those days back to you and spend more time with you. Of course, it may feel as if like you're just trying to take a breather and just relax, but in actuality, you're giving him room to let him know that he is Lord over your life. And after that, I said, you know what? I'm going to post what I already have and post at least once a day. And I'm not going to really engage with the app because I wanted to make sure I deprive my flesh of the need of being attached. This goes for anything that you're doing. It's different scenarios, but sometimes same practical strategy. And I'm telling you this as a person who came to this realization for the millionth time. If the scale is feeling out of whack, that means I'm not allowing God to balance the scale for me. He's the one who puts the right amount of weight in everything that I do. And in that time, he has allowed me to see how I could reshift, refocus, and better align my craft back to him, because I'm quieting the noise. That's the reason why he doesn't tussle with us in the midst of our chaos. He wants you to hear his voice. He wants you to understand he's not going to raise his voice, and he's not going to try to chase you down when he's right next to you. He doesn't have to. He just needs you to stop and look at him and do life with him. And as a creative, you know how crazy it could get. Better slow down. Pull your radar out. Oh my gosh, it sounds like I'm not trying to get in trouble on here at all. I said speed radar. I do want to make sure I point out, just because we are pointing out these practical steps doesn't mean they're going to be mastered overnight. It's just to actually be able to align us back to what we're trying to do. Is become our best selves, be able to live a life full of joy, a life that is actually fulfilling based off the stuff that truly matters. Because I've learned the hard way. Well, hard enough for me. I don't need to learn any harder. So if you are at home right now and you're like, dang, have I been committing my words to the Lord? Let's take a step back. Ask yourself these questions. All right, am I seeking him first? Okay, if I'm seeking him first, can Christ be identified in what I'm creating? Is his name glorified in my work? Can his fruit of spirit be identified in what I do? Next, you could take it further by asking yourself, am I actually surrendering? Am I giving God room to be God? Because at the end of the day, we serve someone who already said it is finished, okay? He said our strength, it comes from his joy, okay? He's the one that establishes our steps. So that's the big one, not the little one. All of this here for a moment, it's here forever. Anyways, guys, I really hope this encouraged you and made you feel all warm inside. Like always, make sure to like and share with a friend that probably could benefit off this, and subscribe so we can talk next time. Till next time, love you.